I've been talking to a guy on Marketplace about a snowmobile that I'm going to go have a look at. He said that it's making a sound in the drive line, but he said he suspects that it's the belt. I brought the spare belt from my sled. I brought a compression tester and a few other tools. I'm going to try to get a deal on this thing. If I do end up getting it, there's going to be something showing in my trailer. The next, I don't know, probably 10 seconds for you guys. I bought another sled. Ended up getting it for $1,100. If that track sound, I can't fix that, it's still worth that in parts. Everything that's bad on my other sled is good on this one. When I get back to the house, I'll give you guys a little tour of this new unit. I have decided that what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull all the good parts off of it that are currently broken on my usable snowmobile. Where I rolled it down the hill, I broke the windshield, so I'm going to switch that over. I was having a look at a couple other things too. There's some trim pieces on the rear of it that I'd like to switch over. I'm sure once I get both the sleds in here, it'll come to me. This is the one that I just bought. Ooh. This is my original sled that I rolled down the hill the other week there. This is the one that I bought the other day. This one's got a couple issues that I'll go over that kind of make me not want to make this my primary sled. The interesting thing about both of these sleds is they're both 1998 Grand Touring 500. And the crazy thing is that both of these were bought at the exact same dealership. The first thing that's going to be swapped over is the windshield, because I destroyed this one rolling it down the hill. This one is in very good condition compared to this. Next thing is the front bumper. So there's a little center support piece, and it's always been busted off on this one. This one, it's not bent. It's a little bit discolored from sitting out in the sun, but that's it. Both of these snowmobiles have very similar mileage. This one has 5,548 kilometers, and this one has 5,417 kilometers. Most of the steel parts on the lower side of this one are corroded. This one, like, there's basically no corrosion on it, which is crazy. They're both the same age, but they're in such different condition. I had a look over this one. That driveline sound, I kind of narrowed it down to a couple things. Number one, the chain case doesn't have any oil in it. I'm hoping is that whoever serviced the chain case on this for them, they just pinched the seal and it's just been leaking out the bottom. That would be the easiest thing. I really don't feel like changing the shaft seals. The clunk, I've kind of narrowed it down to the brake disc on this. The brake disc kind of rattles around and it sits on a keyway on the shaft. I'm hoping maybe the keyway is just a little bit beat up on it. Either way, as long as that is the issue, like for the clunking with the driveline, that's a very easy fix. I had this sled out for a pretty good ride the other day, doing about 80 across a field, and it didn't skip a beat until the fuel shutoff valves, they're too small of a diameter. Essentially what happened was the carburetor starved of fuel and it just shut off. When it happened, I thought I blew the thing up. I primed it a couple times and pulled the row right in and electric started. And she started right up and I kept going. The engine in this one makes very good compression. I tested it cold. It made 124 and 125 in either cylinders. The other sled over there, that engine made about 8 to 10 PSI less per cylinder. I'll pick up the next clip with whatever part I pull off first. I think I'm gonna go for an easy win and go for the front bumper first. I got the two bumpers off. This is the bad one. As you can see, it's missing the centerpiece. This one has it. I just heated this up carefully with my heat gun, and I just got in behind and just kind of peeled it back just enough so I could get my tool in there, and I just left them hanging. That's what the hardware looked like. It is disgusting and just rusted off of the sled that I've had for a little while. The hardware is nice and clean. So there's the difference. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick that up, but this is really crap and this is pretty nice. I've got the windshield swapped over. This is my good sled, I guess we'll call it, and the windshield is not cracked. It's all in one piece. It's a little bit less glossy than the old one, but this one's just about like shattered in about 1,000 pieces there and being held together with prayers and zip ties. I got a little carried away trying to diagnose what this clunk is. I have the secondary clutch pulled off. I've got the chain case split apart, and I'm just getting ready to pull the shaft. So this is the chain case area right here, and this is the shaft that I'm about to pull out. I am hoping that when I pull this shaft out here, that whatever keyway's in there for the brake rotor doesn't just drop out. I'm really hoping it's just the brake hub or just a loose little square there. Pull the rotor off. Right there is where that little key likes to sit. I figured, like, since I'm already this far, I'm gonna pull the chain case all the way off. I'll get that up on the bench there, and I'm gonna replace the seals. I'll include a clip of myself dragging this thing out in the yard. I'm sure it's not gonna go smooth and could be quite comical. Where I left off last, I was dragging the sled out in the yard. Since then, I moved it on top of one of my trailers and it's just been sitting there. Since then, I made a couple parts orders and they've all kind of shown up here in the past few days. Here's a new lower bearing for the drive shaft. This is a new chain case seal. This is a new oil seal for the jack shaft. And here's a new chain. I didn't want to buy a new chain, but this one actually has a couple broken links, and I think that that might have been contributing to the sounds. These links are not supposed to be able to move like that, and I'm thinking that this may have been contributing to that clunk noise, or maybe I'm just going crazy. However, I just really didn't want to put the work into taking this thing apart and putting it back together with a crappy chain, and for the sake of $100, put a brand new chain in it, and if that fixes the problem, great. If not, then I guess I'm gonna have to figure out what else I'm gonna have to explore. I'm just waiting on the new brake rotor to show up, because the inside of this brake rotor, it seems like it's got a little bit of room for play for that key that goes in the keyway. And as soon as that shows up, I'm going to drag the sled back in the garage here and get going at it. There will be a part 2 for this video. I'm hoping that the next upload after this one will be where I'm putting everything back together and take the snowmobile out for a ride. Since I started filming this video, I went out for a ride and I destroyed the nice new windshield that I installed earlier in this video. I caught an edge, the sled went up on its side, and this one's more broke than the other one. It's looking like the universe just doesn't want me to have a nice looking snowmobile. Anyway, tune into the next video and I'll be throwing this thing back together. Thanks.